nice. Very, very nice. So I'm going to ask the question again. How many people are in the world, and Will, you think it's 7 billion?
Yeah, around. It's about 6.8.
Ah, 6.8. Now,
I thought it was either 5, 6, or 7.
5, 6, or 7 what?
5, 6, or 7 billion.
Ah, so let me explain to you what I understand. There is approximately, and right now, there is approximately 7 billion 900 million people. So this is the world population. And that means we're pretty close to what number?
About
8 billion.
Yeah.
8 billion.
Wait, when did it rise that much?
Say again, please.
When did people rise this much? I remember the last time it was like 7.4 or something.
Well, back in 2019, there were about 7 point. So in 2019, there were about 7.6 billion. And then in the last 2 years, we have added about 300 million people to the world. Now, do you know that that means that more people are being what than what?
Born than dying.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. You have to raise your hand. So, Antarisk?
Born than dead.
You have to say it more clearly, please.
Or born than dead.
Well, so there are more people being born than are dying. So people are being born at a faster rate. And why do you think that is? Does anybody know why? Brennan, what do you think?
I don't know why, but 5 people are born per second and 2 people die per second. So.
Well, it's interesting. I don't know
Mom?
if that's exactly the number,
Hey, Mom.
but it sounds pretty good. Does anybody?
Because you can get born every time, but you don't have to wait like.
Somebody who is talking to a parent here. If you are, please mute yourself. I'm not sure who that is. So what I wanted to ask you was, why do you think that people are living longer now? What has changed in our world? Gabby?
Medicines have been made, more medicines have been made for sicknesses that kill people. So I would mean it's much less likely for somebody to die of a sickness.
That's true. That's true. Now, the question I asked earlier was, how many people, and this, I'm going to type this out. How many people celebrate their birthday every day during the year? And it's going to be an approximation. Remember, there are close to, let's say, the population is close to 8 billion people. And how would we figure that out? Who has an idea of how we could figure out how many people sing happy birthday every single day? Mark?
You can
wait, 8 billion? Wait, I have
Well,
an idea.
there's close to 8 billion. There's 7.9 billion, which, as we said, is close to 8 billion. Now, Mark, did you have an idea?
Yeah. Yeah, you could take the 7.9 billion And it's probably 7.9 billion.
Well, that's the number of people that are on Earth, but
Yeah.
how many people celebrate their birthdays every day? That's the question.
I have an idea.
Jesse, what do you think?
This is probably, I'm not sure if this is correct, but 8 billion divided by 360.
Ah, why would you want to divide that by 360?
Because there's about 360 days a year.
Ah, Brennan,
365.
Brennan, what do you think?
Same thing, just 365.
Right. So guys, if we divide 7.9 billion by 365, we are going to get pretty close to the number of people who celebrate their birthdays.
Well,
Every
it's like
time-
a 50%, 50%
Jesse,
chance.
Jesse, do you have a question, buddy? Jesse, do you have a question? Okay, then you want to speak only when you raise your hand and I call on you and you speak. That's the best way to do it. Otherwise, it's chaos. Now, who thinks they can tell me how many times? Who thinks they can tell me how many times? 300. Oh wait, I hear somebody having a conversation with parents.
Sorry, that was just my the Google acting weird.
The what, buddy?
The Google, it's sort of like Alexa.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let's turn her off. So how many times does 365 go into 790? And raise your hand, please, if you know approximately how many times. And one thing you could do is you could take 365 and add it to itself. So you're basically multiplying it by 2 and see what happens. Who can do 365 plus 365?
I can.
Okay, good, good. Did you write it down? I see Sarah working. I see Alexander working. I see everybody writing it down. Now, who would like to raise their hand? Who would like to raise their hand to answer that question? Oh, hi, Kelsey, you're back with us. Good. So Jesse, go ahead, buddy.
So 5 plus 5, 0, and then a 1, and then 6. There's 1 plus 6 plus 6 equals 13, so 3 and a 1. So it's a 7.
So therefore, how many times does 365 go into 790? Kelsey, do you know? Gabby?
2 times. No, 3 times. Yeah, 2 times with a remainder of 40.
Now,
No, 35.
yeah, so guys, guess what? That means if we say, how many times does 365 go into 350? Isn't that about 1 time?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Now, guess what, guys? Let's estimate and put a bunch of zeros. How many people celebrate their birthday every day on average? So when you think how special we are, we really are one of how many people. And I'm going to ask Alexander to read that number, please.
21 billion.
Do you think that's 21 billion? There's only
21
there's only
million.
8
1 million.
There's only
Million.
about 8 billion people in the world. So it's 21 million people.
Million.
So every time you have a birthday, there are 21 million people in the world all celebrating their special day at the same time. Now, would you like to know how my mother celebrates her birthday? My mother's birthday is May 1st. She's going to be 81 years old. But when people ask her, and everybody look up at my screen, when people ask her, how old are you? She always answers 972. Now, why? What is Mrs. Kramer, Mr. Kramer's mother, what is she talking about? Is she having a senior moment or is she a mathematician? Kelsey, talk to me.
I think she may be counting how many months she's been alive.
Interesting. Penny, what do you think? Penny, what do you think? Penny, you have to unmute yourself in order to be heard. Penny, you raised your hand. Honey, unmute yourself. One more time.
I think it's it's the number of months.
The number of months. And Sarah, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I was gonna say the number of months.
And Gabby, what about you?
I agree with that because 81 times 12 is 972.
Wait a minute. So are you telling me that you did 81 times 12? Everybody write this down right now. 81, and then in parentheses, 10 plus 2. So when Mr. Kramer does this, I like it to be as easy as possible. And the easiest way for me to multiply by 12 is to first do 81 times 10. Go ahead, tack on that 0. Isabella, do you know what it is? 81 times 10. It's an 81 with a 0 tacked on the end. What is that? What is that, Isabella?
810.
Right. And who knows what 81 times 2 is? And I'm going to go with Mark on this one.
162.
And who can add 810 plus 162? Everybody raise their hand. On 3, unmute yourself. 1, 2, 3, go.
972.
72.
Now, when my mother tells me that she is 972, you know what I tell her?
What?
I say, Mom, you don't look a day over 900. I say, Mom, you look great. You don't look a day over 900. Now, I have to tell you, I love to multiply by 12. So this is what we're going to do today. We are going to learn how to drive adults crazy. Would you guys like to learn how to drive adults crazy?
Yes.
Now,
Not
the
sure.
most annoying question, the most annoying question that adults ask a child, how old are you? And then you always answer the question, how many years old you are. Now, when somebody asks you how old you are,
I'm 108.
do they say, Andres, hold on. Do they say, how many years old are you? Do they ask that question?
No.
No.
They do not. They just say, how old are you? So when someone asks you your age, say the number in months, but don't say the word months. You're not allowed to laugh, no smiling. You have to say it with a straight face. Everybody, let's try this. Ready? Hey, Mom, how old are you? I'm 972. Mom, I asked you how old you were. And she says, I'm 972. Pause, pause, pause. Months. And then the adult realizes that you were being funny. Now, they will laugh and you will definitely laugh. So here's what we have to do. We have to figure out how many months old you are. So can you please write down the words, I am blank months old. And then I want you to answer the question and then send me a chat with your months.
Should we add extra months?
Now
Like
Sunyi,
half years?
you gave me the number of years. I need to know, yes, you should add the total months. Now, Jesse, does that include the months since your birthday?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you gave me a number that is divisible by 12, which means you probably just had your birthday. But if you had your birthday a month ago, then you would have to add 1 month. So Sunyi, I need you to give me the number of total months.
Okay, I'll do.
Cool.
Let's see.
Cool. Oh, Sunyi, cool. Now, Sunyi, also make sure that if you're not exactly 9 years old, but you're 9 years old and like 3 months, that you add on to that.
That's what I was doing.
Great. And who just said that?
Me.
Me is hard to know.
I did.
Jesse.
Jesse. Okay, great, Jesse. Yeah, please don't yell out if you could manage that. So Jesse, I got it. So you're 112. Very good. And now, Antarish, what about you? You're 114?
Yeah.
Awesome. Sarah, 112. Okay, so guys, I want to do a test. We're going to test to see if you know how, well, first of all, let's look at the results. So I like to put down multiples of 12. So were you correct? For instance, if your age in years is 9 years old, then you were 108 months old on your 9th birthday. Now, let's see. I got Mark. I have William. Oh, William, I love your number. Do you know why? Because William is just under 100 months. He's about to be 100 months old. And that's a big milestone.
Congrats.
But I'll tell you, William, you don't look a day over 90. You don't look a day over 90. Now, who else? Penny, do you want to share yours?
Like how old I am in months?
Yes.
113.
And Gabby, what about you?
103.
And what about you, Kelsey?
I'm also 113.
Wow. And what about you, Sarah, again?
130. I mean 112.
Cool. Alexander?
I am 120. I'm 125.
Wow, what a great number. Now, do you know, Alexander, that your number is a cubic number? Your
Mhm.
number is 5 times 5 times 5. And
Woohoo.
that is a great number. Now, let's practice. Are you ready? Now, you're going to answer me. We're going to practice this. The next time somebody asks you how old you are, I'm going to say it to you. How old are you?
103.
113.
125.
What are you
108.
talking about?
114.
What are you talking about? I asked you your age. What are you people talking about? Come on. How old are you?
114.
103
What?
months.
Months. Oh, gosh. You are silly. Now, here's what I want to find out.
Wait,
How-
I'm almost gonna cat you, okay?
Okay. How old is your friend, Mr. Kramer?
Give us your
Now-
age.
What information do you need to know?
Your age.
Her age and years.
Ah, William, excellent. And Gabby, excellent.
We
So,
need to know your birthday and how old you are.
oh, I like that. I like that.
Uh,
Sarah, what about you, Sarah?
I was gonna say what technically you could do to make it a little bit more challenging is to say like the year you were born and your birthday, because technically we can figure it out with months, years, and numbers.
Okay, let's do it.
oh yeah.
So my
Mr. Kramer,
birthday,
I'm sending you my birthday.
I was 0 years old on July 17th, 1962.
Do you have to calculate the day too?
No, I think you should calculate it, assuming that right now is July 17th, 2001. So let's make believe that my birthday, because it's almost May, June, July. So we're about 3 months away. So I would do 2021 minus 1962. And that would be a good approximation for the number of years that I've been alive. So everybody work on that. And I want to show you a special way that I like to do subtraction, but I'm not going to show you till after you try. And when you learn about my special way, I think you're going to like it. Is everybody working on this? Suni, I can only see the top of your head. Yes, much better, buddy. Much better.
Oh, I know how old you are now.
Laughing minus. What is laughing minus 6 is?
By the way, I have a little hint. I am going to be a prime number of years this July.
I think you're going
All
to
right.
be
Now, everyone, how old will Mr. Kramer be in July in years?
60.
60.
Well,
59. 59.
59. let's see how Mr. Kramer likes to do it. Are you ready? I like to look at the number 2000. How many years has it been since the year 2000?
21.
Oh,
21.
How many years was it from 1962 to the year 2000?
48.
38.
If you add, remember when I subtract, I do not subtract, I add. Mr. Kramer is going to be
59.
59 years old. Now, I am going to recommend that you multiply 60 times 12 and then subtract 1 times 12. When I like to think of 59, I like to think of 12 times 60 minus
Mr.
1.
Kramer,
Hold on a second. So go ahead, Jesse.
I think you're 708.
Okay,
708 months.
it's very possible. And why doesn't everybody tell me what they think 12 times 60 is? All you have to do is 12 times 6 and tack on a 0. Antarisk? Yes, Antarisk? Oh, I thought you raised your hand. Did you not raise your hand?
I raise my hand for your age.
Oh, good, good, good. And what about you, Sarah?
720.
Oh, what is 720?
Yeah.
720 months.
Is
Yeah.
what times what?
Is 60 times 12.
Right. And Brennan, what do I need to do? I need to subtract what, buddy?
1.
Not 1.
The right on
12.
I need to subtract 12. So when Jesse said that I was 708, he was right. However, it is still April. I have about 1, 2, let's call it 3 months to go. Therefore, if you subtract 3 months, how old am I really?
705.
Now, ask me how old I am.
How old are you?
How old are you?
I am 705. Nobody's going to react and say, Mr. Kramer, I asked you how old you were.
I asked you how
I
old you
literally told you what you were meaning.
I am 705
Yeah.
months. And now you have to say, Mr. Kramer, you don't look a day over
700.
Exactly. Do I not look 700?
Nope.
I definitely look 700. Now, I'm a little bit interested in how many months my mother will be when she is 100 years old. So when she's 100 years,
1,200.
she will be 1,200 months. So my question to you is this: when will she turn 1,000 months? Who can figure out 1,000 divided by 12? And one way we can do this, guys, is we can simplify this fraction. Everybody cut 1,000 in half. Go.
500.
500.
Everybody cut 12 and a half. Go.
6.
6.
Everybody cut 500 and a half. Go.
250.
250.
And cut 6 and a half.
3.
Now, let's divide 250 by 3. All right, let's go. 3 goes into 25. How many times? Come on, you can all do this.
Wait, let me think for a
Come on,
moment.
Mark.
8.
Remainder.
8 times.
8.
8 remainder 1.
And
Because
how many times does 3 go into 10?
3. About 3.
With a remainder of 1.
3 remainder 1.
So guess what? When
I'm-
my mother is 83 years, watch this. When she is 83 years, and how many months will she be 1,000 months? How many months after 83 years?
1/3.
Raise your hand, please. Raise your hand. All right, I'm gonna go with Mark.
1/3.
1/3 of a year. Brennan,
Uh,
how many months is 1/3 of a year?
I know.
about 3.
Pretty close, Jesse.
No, 2.
4.
Yes. If you said 4 months, that is exactly. So when my mother is 83 years and 4 months. Now, if her birthday is May 1st, which is just in a couple of days, 2021, what date will my mother be 1,000 months?
What do you mean by that?
Well, on May 1st, 2021, do you remember we said she would be 972 months
3
old?
years and 4
Question is, on what
80
date?
Oh, August 1st, 2022. I mean 3.
It's pretty close. Does anybody have a different answer? Penny, are you working on this? Kelsey? Gabby, go for it.
What?
We have a screaming sibling.
I forget.
Okay, who else wants to take it?
I got 9.
Kelsey, do you have it? Sarah, Alexander, Isabella, Jesse, Mark, Sunyi,
Wait,
Andre?
I think I got it. Wait, let's see. Wait, something first. Wait, let's see.
Jesse, do you want to raise your hand?
I think it's 2023. 2023.
It is 2023, but I want the date.
And let me think. Wait, May.
Hold on,
June,
Jesse. Jesse,
July.
hold on 1 second. Raise your hand when you have the answer.
It's August. It's August 1st, 2023.
Gabby, what do you think?
2023, August 1st.
So,
August 1st.
No, September 1st.
guys, it's September 1st, 2023. My mother will be 1,000 months old. And that means she has more experience than most people on this planet. And remember, there are 8 billion people. Now, I have a challenge for you. When Mr. Kramer was a baby, I have my parents decided to put away money on my first birthday, they gave me $1. On my second, $2. So now I had 3. By the time I was 3 years old, I had how much money?
3.
$6.
I had $6. So my question is, let's say that you use your age in years. If my parents decided to give you $1 on your first birthday and $2 on your second birthday, please calculate how many dollars you would have.
I think I have 45.
Well, why don't you remember, Jesse, we're trying to get you to raise your hand before you call out. So let's practice that. So, okay, Jesse, I'm going to call on you in just a minute. Mark, go ahead.
I think I have 36.
And Mark, how many years do you have?
What do you mean?
How many years old are you?
8.
8. So that means that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8, you say 36, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one way to do this is 8 plus 1, 2 plus 7, 3 plus 6, and 4 plus 5. How many 9s is that?
How about the 5 back? I think.
How many 9s is that?
Never mind.
4.
5 back, but I'll
It's
just
4.
keep it
So
there.
9 times 4 is 36. Now, Kelsey, what about you?
I'm 9 years old and I got 45.
Ah,
I got 45 and I'm also 9.
9 equals $45. Now, who else has a different number? Go ahead, Brennan.
I'm 8 and I have 28.
You're 8.
I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, 7.
Ah, so you are $28. And what about you, Sarah?
I'm 9 and I got $43.
43?
Yeah.
Now, let's look, everybody, can you please help me with 9? Let's look at adding 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, Sarah, you remember when I connected? Let's connect 9 and 1, 8 and 2, 7 and 3, 6 and 4. How many 10s is that, Sarah?
Oh, 4 and then plus 5.
There you go. So 45 is your number. Gabby?
I would have $36 because I'm 8, and I added it up by doing this. Like when I added up, I did it different than by 9s. I did like 8 and 2, 7 and 3, 6 and 4, and then I added the 5 and 1 to get 6.
That's nice. Now, let me ask you this question. Mr. Kramer turned 58 last year. My mother gave me $58 last year. A year ago, she gave me $57. How much does Mr. Kramer have now in his bank, his birthday bank? And I want to give you an equation. Are you ready? So in order to find out the sum of n years. So it's the sum of n years. We don't know how much that is. In my case, it's 58. Everybody has a different one. You take half of the number of years and you multiply it by 1 plus your number. So Mr. Kramer is 58 years old right now. If we divide that by 2 and multiply, what is 1 plus 58?
59.
59.
Who thinks they can figure out? And you can also cross cancel 58 divided by 2 to make your life easier. What is half of 58, everybody?
29.
Say it out loud.
29.
It is 20.
25.
So what we have to do is we have to do 29 times 59. And you know that I love distributive property. So who can tell me what is 29 times 59? That is going to be the number of dollars that I have right now. Nobody call it out. It's very, very important that everybody do their best. You don't have to get the right answer, but you have to try. And it's a really cool number. Oh, I think I found that sound. Sarah, that might be on your end because when I muted you, that sound stopped. Can you unmute yourself for a sec? No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. There's a strange sound. Okay, who thinks they have an answer? Who thinks they have an answer? Sun Yi.
1,711.
That's what I
One-
got.
Wow.
That's what I got.
Guys, is that a lot of money?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And next year, I'm going to get, in July, I'm going to get $59 more. So how much am I going to have in July of this year? Don't say it out loud. Write it down, everybody. All right. I'm going to go with everyone on 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
1,770.
Wow. Now, I have a challenge for you. What if you could get your parents to give you $1 every time you make another month? So for instance, somebody who is, and I'm thinking of William because I think he's the closest to 100 months. If William got $1 when he was 1 month old, and $2 when he was 2 months old, and $3 when he was 3 months old, let's use the formula. The sum of 100 is 100 divided by 2 times 101. That would be how much William would have. And if you're more than 100 months old, you would have even more than that. Now, I would start everybody with 100 divided by 2. With 100 divided by 2.
50.
And that is 50. Now, everybody watch. And if you have that answer, it's pretty cool. Watch how I do this. I cast away my 0. Everybody, let's do it. 5 times 1 is?
5.
5.
5 times 0 is?
5.
5 times 1 is?
5.
But don't forget the 0.
Yeah.
William, you would be $5,050 rich. Now, what about Mr. Kramer? Do you remember how many months old I am?
I remember.
Okay, how old is Mr. Kramer?
Wait.
Aren't I
Also
705?
59.
Yes.
Okay, so the sum of 705, you're not going to believe this. 705 divided by 2 times 706. Now, it's much easier to cut 706 in half. Who knows what is half of 706?
$353.
So say it out loud.
353.
353.
And now let's estimate. Let's just do that times 700. And let's see if you guys can figure it out. So let's do this together. 7 times 3 is?
21.
7 times 5 plus 2 is?
37.
37. 7 times 3 plus 3?
31.
No. Remember, 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus 3 is?
24.
And don't forget to bring down your zeros. Guess what, guys?
Wow.
Do you think I would be rich if that were happening?
Yeah.
Wait,
I have 247.
wait, so how much money do you get each month?
Well, I would get $1 for my month. So next month, when I am 706, I should get 706 more dollars. And then when I'm 707, I get 707 more dollars. Now, I don't know who has that kind of money. I don't think anybody does. But wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
I think Bill Gates has that kind of money.
Well, maybe Bill Gates. Now, the big question is, drum roll, when my mother hits 1,000 months, how many dollars would she have if somebody gave her $1,000 on September 1st, 2023, when she turned 1,000? So remember, everybody, 1,000 divided by 2 times
1,000 divided by 2.
1,001. And I'm going to let you guys work on this a little bit. Please do not call out the answer. Alexander, you working on this? Okay,
I'm
cool.
done.
Sarah,
Wait,
and
no.
Jesse, do not call it out, buddy. but write it out and check it out. Isabella, Brennan's working, Gabby, Penny, Sunyi, Antarish, Kelsey. Kelsey, I can't see you anymore. You may want to come back. And Mark and William and Sarah. Now, Kelsey, you may want to pick up your pencil on this one. This is a hard one to do in your head. I always do math on paper.
I think
Look,
I figured it out.
Oh, great, 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 great. Now, I'm going to let you guys tell me what you think your answer is. So who, Kelsey, you want to give me your answer?
500,500.
Gabby,
50,500.
50,500. Anybody
Me.
else? Jesse,
500,500.
and anyone else? Mark.
500,500.
Okay, let's find out. Let's find out where we went right or wrong. Are you ready? First of all, what is half of 1,000?
500.
Now, 1,001 times 500. Remember, I always cast away my zeros. 5 times 1 is?
5.
5 times 0?
0.
5 times 0?
0.
5 times 1 is?
5.
Bring down how many zeros?
2.
4.
2.
Guess what, guys? My mother would have $500,000. $500,000. Oh my gosh. So let's say that someday you have a child. You may want to do $1 every year. I would not do $1 every month because that is gonna cost you too much. But I am glad that I have $1,711 from my parents. And I'm looking forward to having $1,770 in July. And well, who knows where I go from there. So I want you to guys remember, when you have a birthday, you are sharing it with 21 million people every day in the world. That's number one.
Well,
So-
it's maybe it's kind of more a proximity because
Definitely
well,
approximate.
some of the birthdays are all different, so you never know whose is whose.
Right. But what's really interesting is that birthdays are distributed very evenly throughout the year. So every day, it's like that average, the same number of people are having their birthdays, which is really, really kind of cool. Now, it's not exactly the same, and the number's probably closer to 20 million, 500,000, but I like to round up and think that I'm sharing my birthday with 21 million other people. And so that's what I'm going with. Anyway, I was thinking of this lesson because my mother is having her birthday next week on Monday, I believe. And I think it's very exciting to think about how to drive adults crazy by telling them how many months old you are. So how old are you, little boys and girls?
90.
103.
108. No,
114,
110.
41. 114, 40.
Wow.
114, 51.
Unbelievable. You must not be talking about years. What are you talking about?
103 months.
Oh, you know what? You know what, Mark? You don't look a day over 100. You don't look a day over 100. And William doesn't even look 100 yet because he's only 98. So guys, I will see you in a week's time. If you want to ask your parents to go onto Facebook to see my page, you can see all the pictures from the boat trip from Florida all the way to New Bedford, where I did 1,300 miles on the sea. And it's kind of cool. They're pretty cool pictures. I even have pictures of wild horses in North Carolina.
Wait, where?
In North
What?
Carolina. Anyway,
What-
gotta go,
what
guys.
pictures?
Go on Facebook, check me out. Take care.
Bye.